I was kicked awake, the cell was still dark, and the damp chill of the dungeon seeped into my bones. A guard stood over me, his face obscured by the flickering torchlight. "Get up, you lazy peasant," he barked, grabbing my arm and yanking me to my feet. "You've got work to do." I stumbled, still groggy from sleep, but forced myself to stay upright. This was part of the plan. I had to blend in, endure the hardships, and gather the information we needed. The guard led me through a maze of corridors, eventually bringing me to the kitchens. The heat and noise were overwhelming. Pots clanged, fires roared, and the air was thick with the scent of cooking food. Other prisoners moved about, their faces etched with exhaustion and resignation. "You're on washing duty," the guard snapped, shoving me toward a large basin filled with dirty dishes. "And don't even think about slacking off, or you'll regret it." I nodded meekly, keeping my head down as I began scrubbing the pots and pans. As I worked, I listened carefully to the conversations around me. The kitchen staff, both free and enslaved, gossiped freely, unaware of the significance their words might hold. But I didn't hear anything from the group of ladies that was important. Instead, they talked about their home lives, and about their work. As I continued my work, I remained vigilant, hoping to catch any useful information. Hours passed, and my hands grew raw from the harsh soap and hot water. I was beginning to feel discouraged when a group of guards entered the kitchen, talking among themselves. "Did you hear? Sir Roderick is planning something big," one guard said, his voice low but excited.
"Yeah,
"There's been a lot of activity in the throne room lately," another guard added. "They're even saying he's found a way to make the Thunderstrike sword choose him." My heart skipped a beat. This was the kind of information we needed. I tried to focus on my task while straining to hear more. "It's all hush-hush, though," the first guard continued. "Whatever he's planning, it's going down soon. We need to be ready." As the guards left, I knew I had to find a way to get closer to the throne room. The information they had mentioned could be crucial in stopping Sir Roderick's plans. After finishing my duties in the kitchen, I was sent to clean the halls. This was my chance to explore the palace and gather more intelligence. I moved quickly but carefully, avoiding the more populated areas and keeping to the shadows. The palace, once my home, now felt like a maze of secrets and danger. I used my knowledge of the place to get around, still the memories of this place came to me in large waves. I remember running down these halls with my friends, I remember preparing for my first battle, I remember meeting the girl I would be expected to marry here. I approached the throne room cautiously, hoping to catch a glimpse of any activity. Peeking through a small crack in the door, I saw Sir Roderick standing before the Thunderstrike sword, his expression one of intense concentration. He seemed to be performing some kind of ritual, muttering incantations under his breath. A sense of urgency filled me. I needed to get this information to Marcus and the others. But how? The palace was heavily guarded, and any attempt to leave unnoticed would be risky. Could I take on Senior Roderick by myself? I needed more information and a solid plan. I backed away from the throne room, my mind racing. I had to get this information to Marcus without raising suspicion. As I made my way back to the dungeons, I noticed a small, hidden passageway that I had often used as a child. It led to the old servants' quarters and eventually out to the palace grounds. I decided to use this passageway to smuggle a message out to Marcus. Once in my cell, I used a piece of charred wood from the torch to write a brief note on a scrap of cloth I found lying around. Sir Roderick plans to use dark magic to control Thunderstrike. Ritual ongoing. Urgent action needed. Isabella. I waited until the guards were distracted before slipping out of the cell and into the hidden passage. The narrow, dusty corridor brought back memories of childhood games, and I moved quickly and silently, reaching the old servants' quarters in no time. As I emerged into the moonlit palace grounds, I scanned the area for any signs of movement. Seeing none, I hurried out of the passageway. And that is where I got caught.